Hi, welcome to this online course Jazz Guitar Basics. My name is Otten and I've been playing jazz guitar for many years. And during those years I've also created several educational products, like DVDs and 2 books that were published by Hal Leonard. But this course is actually the first time that I have created a course for beginners. So in this course I'm covering the very basics that you need to know and learn and practice to get started with jazz guitar. That means I'm covering things like scales. Which scales do you need to know? What are the most important scales? How do you play them? And of course, how do you use them? I also discuss some questions like, do I really need to know the scales? And which scales do I need to know? And why? And on that I can play this A altered scale or B flat minor melodic. Of course, I also cover jazz chords, which is a very important topic. And like with scales, again, we take it step by step. So we start, for instance, with a very plain C chord. Then we discuss the C7th chord, the C major 7th, C major 9. And step by step, we go through all of the variations, or at least very many of the variations that you can find in jazz. Flat 5 chords, flat 9 chords, sharp 9 chords, altered chords, extended chords, etc. But we do it step by step, and I always demonstrate them with examples so that you understand not only what they are and how to play them, but when to use them and how do they fit into a musical context. And it has the same kind of function as the G7 plus 5 or sharp 5, in the sense that it also feels like it needs to resolve to C, for instance, like this. It goes to C. There's also some introduction into the topic of improvisation. The other online courses on this platform go much further into that topic, but here I present an introduction that can get you started. So if you can play basic scales, if you can play some basic jazz chords, you can certainly get started to improvise using some simple examples and exercises. Then, if you try to make some very simple rhythmic variations, you're already getting something that sounds like a first kind of improvisation. Notation and tabs are provided for all lessons. In the lessons where not a lot of notation is needed, it's inside the video on the screen. And if it needs a little bit more notation, there's always a document attached to the video that you can open separately. So every lesson is accompanied by notation and tabs. Anyway, if you're a beginner in jazz guitar and you would like to learn these concepts in an easy to follow and practical way, then this is a good place to start. So check it out and I hope you'll enjoy.